Yeah, the tree right next to
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have some people here who would like to speak. Could you first introduce yourselves to the board?
My name is Paul Smith. My son Samuel is a sixth grader.
I'm Samuel Monaco.
Brandon Cerdez and Trevor stepdad.
Virginia Cerdez and Kevin Mom. I don't know my name.
I'm Austin's mom, and I also work here in United.
Okay. You want to speak, so we'll give you 2 minutes, each one of you to speak. Does someone want to speak first?
I'll try to make it in two.
Okay.
I was told 5, so. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Smith. My son Samuel is a sixth grader here at Edwards Knox. I'm here today to address the issues of the rules stated in the 6th through 12th grade, K through 6th grade handbook located on page 7. It says elementary students are not allowed to bring soft drinks in the cafeteria. And the rule located in the 7th through 12th grade handbook on page 21 stating students are allowed only to carry clear bottled water throughout the school. All the drinks are restricted from consumption once in the building must be placed in the student's locker throughout the school. These rules are unconstitutional based on the fact the Supreme Court says there is a presumption that fit parents act in their child's best interest, Parham versus JR. There is normally no reason or compelling interest for the state or its entities to inject itself into the private realm of family to further question fit's parents' ability to make decisions regarding their children. Reno versus Flores. And the state and its entities may not interfere in child-rearing decisions when a fit parent is available. Trossa versus Granville 2000. Along with the fact that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution grants me and my child the right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So under such guidelines set by the Supreme Court and outlined in our Constitution, all activities in this public school not detrimental to his immediate well-being or interference with the education process or in violation of the rights of others should be permissible to allow me to rear my child as I as parent see fit. If one of you could tell me how I'm having a juice box or a Capri Sun, or for that matter a soft drink would be illegal by state or federal law or disruptive to his education process or would infringe on the rights of another, then I'm willing to listen to those issues. Otherwise, you are infringing on my child's rights and liberty and the presumption that I as a fit parent do not have my child's best interest at heart to allow him as a parent to consume what I have sent from home to have with his lunch. I would like to know under what authority or law does you think you're operating under that allows you to do this. If it's the new Hunger-Free Healthy Kids Act, there is nothing in the legislation paying to pack lunches made by the parent. It is intended only to oversee and govern items sold by and available for and at the school. Although I'm sure these rules are well intended, they overstep their authority greatly and are not well thought out nor implemented. For example, the clauses vary greatly based on the handbooks. So an 11-year-old could not bring a soft drink to lunch, but a 12-year-old could only have water. Or I could pack my son 2 Snickers bars at lunch as long as he didn't have a soda. That thought would never cross my mind being a well-intended parent, but you get the point. These rules were ill-planned and ill-conceived. All this being mute besides the point of being unconstitutional beyond your scope of authority. I would in closing ask this board to revisit this issue and come up with a solution that allows the parents of the children in the school to make the decisions for their children regarding nutrition as they see fit to include with their children's lunches in a friendly, approachable manner as not to force this matter into further action by we the parents of the Edwards Knox School District.
Thank you very much. We'll do some research on that.
We need a copy.
Need a copy too. Thank you.
Can we all have copies of that, please?
If you just give it to me, I'll just provide it to him, so that he doesn't have to take it.
Sure.
I'll bring it back to you.
Is there anyone else?
Do they want to go for those are ready?
It really, it's public participation, is probably if you folks want to get.
We're just, both Charlotte and I are here to ask that the board allow our children, we worked for the football, and now our sons both wrestle and have been wrestling for Pee Wee for many years, and they would like to participate in Canton's wrestling program this year, so that's all we're here to ask, that you guys consider that our children be allowed to merge with Canton for wrestling.
Thank you.
I just want to speak on grades.
Okay, I'll speak for her. Both of our kids, I can't speak for the other that have participated in football, but I know that both Trevor and Austin's grades have greatly increased since they played football. We haven't, as parents, we have made them accountable for all their grades. We have made, stricter than the school, both schools' policy. They, they have to have a B average or they don't play. You know, and I know for a fact that Trevor and Austin have tried their hardest and have set forth the effort in football and their grades this, you know, for the duration of the football team. And I guarantee that they will do it for wrestling as well. Is that about all you want?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that also. I think the student athlete, they have to meet certain requirements, and that drives them to do better in their education. Thank you very much. Anyone else wants to speak? Okay.
So, good evening to everyone. I wanted to introduce to you some of my guys, some of my sixth grade guys. We might have one straggler coming in yet, might be on the late side. But I wanted to introduce you to Remington, to Curtis, and to Jordan. One of the reasons that I selected these boys tonight, actually there are two big reasons for selecting them tonight to honor our board members, is because these three fellows are leaders. They are sixth graders, and we know that our sixth graders in the elementary school lead by example, and I asked them at the end of last year to be leaders. But beyond that, because we are talking about volunteerism, these fellows have uniquely volunteered their time and their efforts in some very special ways. Jordan spent an extended day afternoon with me last year creating Caught You Being Good coupons. We have coins to go with it, and this year Jordan said that he was interested in talking with teachers to explain the program before we get it up and running. He's very interested in public speaking, so he spent many hours doing that. Curtis and Remington both, beginning last year and up through this year, have been working to create a UNICEF drive. We've tried and thought through lots and lots of different complicated plans, but have it down to the UNICEF drive that we want to do, which is every quarter counts. So I wanted to just point out that within our own school, we have young men who are growing into leaders who have extremely generous hearts, and I wanted them to spend some time talking to our board who have extremely generous hearts and extremely generous time. So Remington, I'll ask you to begin.
My name is Remington. At 6th grade, my favorite subject is math. I will read a short poem about volunteering. We sometimes take for granted in the rush of all we do and forget to say a special thanks to the volunteers like you. So we send this note to tell how much all you do means. Your gift of time and of yourself are special ones in me. Hi, I'm Rowan Collette. I am in 6th grade. My favorite subject is math. At your seat, you see one sweet reward for your volunteer work. My name is Curtis Griggs, grade 6. Favorite subject is math. Now I'm going to read you a poem. Doing the good you can, by all means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all times you can, to all people you can, as long as you ever can. The school volunteers. A school is more than books and desks, and learning 2 + 2. It's people who share their skills and care and try their best in all they do. Please accept our heartfelt appreciation. Our school is a better place because of your dedication.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So our last fellow, who is not here, would have told you that the books that are underneath your sweet treat are books that are dedicated in your name to the library for the children of Edwards Knox School District. And each of the books was selected because it teaches something important, whether it's a dream, or to inspire another, or about a healthy human body, or about coming to America. They were all specifically chosen so that when children open the book, they'll see your name and dedication to you, and remind all of our children of the time and the efforts